welcome back to another episode of Literature Podcast. I'm Joanna.
And I'm Mich.
And today we're going to be doing the Fictional Boyfriend/Girlfriend Challenge.
Obviously, it would be boring to pick only one and give that answer the whole way through, which, most of us would probably want to do. So we went ahead and picked a different name for each category. This is going to be hard because I really only have 2 book boyfriends. So I'm going to give it a try anyway.
Kind of a hard time. I just want to pick the same person.
Yeah.
Now
there's a couple where I'm like, well, duh, I would just want to pick this person over and over and over again. But then it would be really boring and really quick, and I don't think that would be fun. All right, so there are 10 questions, and we are going to get started. So number 1, the most romantic boyfriend or girlfriend. So my pick for most romantic would be Jem Carstairs from the Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare. He's actually one of my 2 actual book boyfriends that I have deemed my book boyfriends. And I love him in every book he's in. He's always so sweet. He's so caring. He's freaking romantic. I mean, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but if you've read the Infernal Devices, you know what I mean. Oh my gosh. I just love him so much.
All right, I picked Augustus Waters from The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I don't think I would personally pick him as a boyfriend. He's not for me.
But he's romantic.
He is the most romantic boyfriend in a book that I have ever seen. If you've read it, you understand, and I just can't say anything else without spoiling. So.
Literally the entire book.
Yeah, literally the biggest parts of the book. Sorry. All right, number 2. Dark and moody, bad boy or girl with a good side.
For this one, it took me a while for this one because I don't really have many dark, moody people. But I went with Kaz Brekker from Leah Bardugo's Grishaverse because, damn, he's got an attitude, and I like it.
Alright, I picked Levi from Attack on Titan. Again, I can't really spoil much, but I'm a fan.
So for number 3, it's Paranormal, boyfriend or girlfriend. This one I had a very hard time with because I don't actually read many vampire or werewolf or ghost or paranormally type things. So after a lot of discussion with my husband, we decided that I'd probably have to say Jasper from the Twilight series. I like his intensity and... Ooh, excuse you.
That avocado, man. Every time.
His intensity. He just seems like he'd be a great boyfriend. I don't know.
Okay, I also had a remarkably hard time with this one. It was the last one I filled in, and I'm not really sure if my girl counts for this, but I picked Manon Blackbeak from the Throne of Glass series. She's a witch. Kind of. It's
yeah.
not really paranormal. It's because of the nails and the
It's because of the
and
nails.
I don't know. I don't know.
Paranormal-ish.
It was
maybe.
the most paranormal one I could think of. Otherwise, I just wouldn't really have anything.
Okay.
Because when I went through and I'm like, the House of Night series, there's nobody that I would touch with a fucking 10-foot pole in that fucking book. No way.
Mm-hmm.
Get away from me. There's no one from Twilight.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I guess I don't want to give a spoiler. I don't. I do have another pick, I just realized, but it would give a spoiler as to who or what someone becomes in the Mortal Instruments, so I'll just stick with Jasper.
That's fair. Alright, number 4. This one was kind of odd, but I liked it. Boyfriend or girlfriend you would want to tame?
Yeah. Okay. So, while I was reading the Grishaverse series, I kind of actually really liked the Darkling. He's kind of the bad guy of the series, but he's handsome, and sometimes he's really sweet, when he's not being a manipulative ass. I think that underneath all of his flaws, there could be a real sweetheart. You do see a couple human moments in him throughout the story, and I think that I could try to tame him, and I think it would be worth it, because, yeah.
I picked Rowan from the Throne of
Rowan?
Glass series.
He's already quite tame.
In the beginning, he's not so tame. He could fit in the moody category, too. But he just
definitely could.
He does his own thing, and he's like, I don't give a fuck about your opinion, sorry.
That's true.
You gotta reel him in.
Reel him in.
Reel him in.
Just hook him and then
reel him in.
Tame that bitch.
Tame that bitch. The Rowan tamer.
Ooh.
Get the whip out.
The whip. I like your whip motion. All right. Number 5. Boy or girl you friend zoned. I'm sad to say it, but I am actually going to say that I would have to friend zone both of the boys from the Throne of Glass series, both Kale and Dorian. They're both awesome guys, don't get me wrong, but they're both kind of like soft and lame. You know, I think they'd be better suited as friends for me than boyfriends. And I mean, I could borrow their books, so I'm into it.
I actually, before you sent me your answers, I had Dorian in this section too. Because I'm like, I'd love your library, but other than that, you're a good friend.
We can be friends.
I have different emotions about Kale. But, yeah, definitely Dorian's friend zoned. And April from An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. Like, she seems like an awesome person and really fun, but a lot of her personality would just not go well.
In a relationship.
Yeah, like, there's just parts of her where that just wouldn't work with anybody. Ever. Ever. All right, number 6. Your soulmate.
Azrael from A Court of Mist and Fury. This is my other book boyfriend.
You know, he's a good one.
I like him. I like him way more than Reese. For me, like, in my opinion, for, like, what I would like in a guy, I feel like he's more suited to my tastes.
Well, that's fine, because you can back the fuck up off my Reese.
I just noticed you went for that, too. Well, at least we'd be, like, close to each other, you know?
Right. But yeah, the darkness, the mountains, all the good things that I can't explain without spoiling the books.
He does have qualities to him that's pretty great, but he's not my type of guy. I like the dark, silent type, you know?
See, I'm already like the silent type. If someone else is also the silent type, it's just going to be like boring.
Silence.
Yeah. It's just going to be complete silence all the time.
So number 7. Boyfriend or girlfriend you'd want to elope with? For this one, I picked Maxton Shreve from the Selection series by Kira Cass. I could actually absolutely see him as the type of guy I would elope with. I mean, he's a prince, so who wouldn't want to elope with a prince? But he's actually just so sweet, so caring. He pays attention to, like, the details of his love's life, and he pays attention to what she wants and what she needs. And he's just so darn cute. I'd marry him.
Well, I picked Kale from the Throne of Glass series. I think in a relationship, you're kind of stuck with them kind of way. I could deal with him. He's supportive, encouraging.
I could deal with
kind.
him.
I mean, he does remind me a lot of my current husband.
My current husband? Yeah, I can see it.
Number 8. Boyfriend or girlfriend you'd venture anywhere with?
I'd probably go anywhere with Neville Longbottom. He'd be fun, I think, to travel with and, you know, see the world and do stuff with. I think he'd be fun.
Yeah. You'd have to remember, like, all of your passwords or where your key is for any room that you might get.
I have to anyways.
Same, though.
I just feel like getting lost with him would be fun, like, you know?
He'd be fun. I picked Jon Snow from A Game of Thrones, like, older Jon, not, you know, like, 14-year-old Jon.
All right, number 9. Boyfriend or girlfriend you'd want to be stranded on a desert island with. So, for mine, I'm going to say Magnus Bane from the entire Shadowhunter series. I love him and Alec together, don't get me wrong, but I think I've always had a tiny crush on his, like, vivid and fantastic character. So I think he'd be fun to be stuck on an island with. but obviously I wouldn't really be stuck on the island, considering he could just, like, portal us off of it in an instant. So I think it'd be more like a vacation, and we'd be wanting to be there. But if I was stuck with someone, I'd rather be stuck with him.
For this one, I picked quote from The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. He may not be able to poof us off of any island because he's just a normal dude, but we're probably going to make it off because he is like the smartest and most resourceful characters I've probably ever read in my entire life. And he'd just be interesting company. He can literally do about anything and learn literally anything, and I'm really jealous.
He sounds like he'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. Number 10, our last one. Most badass boyfriend or girlfriend.
I struggled with this one. I moved people around so much on my list because I was like, no, I would want to be stuck with this person. He was my original stuck on an island with because I felt like he would be fun. Carswell Thorne from the Lunar Chronicles. He's got like this slight bad boy thing going on with like a smug attitude and a witty sense of humor. He's essentially like Han Solo. He has this awesome spaceship that he loves, and he goes on adventures, and I'm totally into that, and I think he's pretty badass.
For this one, I picked Audrey Rose Wadsworth from Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I don't know if that's right.
Sounds right.
I'm butchering names every week, but she's fearless. She knows what she's worth, but she doesn't back down from anything, and it's one of those things that I really admire about any character.
That was all we had for today's episode. If you would like to participate in the Fictional Boyfriend or Girlfriend Challenge, we listed the questions below.
If you would like to get more lit, please be sure to follow us on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, CastBox, or wherever else you find us. All other social media is linked below.
If you guys like this episode, feel free to leave a like or rate our podcast. It really helps support us to keep making the content that we love.
Until next time,
bye. Bye.
He's not magical. He can't just poof off. Poof off.